Good afternoon, my name is Scott and this is Graco Garage. Today I will be showing you how to reinstall the ball bearings that go between your ball screw assembly and the nut that is installed inside of your rotor assembly on your Quantm pump. The manual states to not allow the ball screw to rotate far enough into the rotor assembly to allow the balls to fall out of that location, but in the occurrence that it does, this video will assist you in repairing your pump. So, for instructional purposes, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the ball screw out of the nut assembly, allowing the balls to fall out. As you can see here, we have the ball bearings that have fallen out of the nut inside of your rotor. We've got a cleaned up ball screw. Your rotor most likely will not look like this when the balls do fall out of it, but it is recommended to clean all of the grease outside or out of your rotor assembly nut prior to attempting to reinstall the balls. Not all of the balls will actually fall out of your rotor and ball screw assembly. There is a ball return in which you can see one ball sitting inside of it that allows the balls to pass on the outside of the threads for the ball screw nut to pass back over to the other side. So next I will show how to reinstall the balls in between, or the ball bearings in between the ball screw and ball screw nut. So we'll move over to the vise next. First, you're going to start off by securing the wrench flat side of your shaft. You will then install your ball screw nut and rotor assembly onto that shaft. You're going to screw it down until the lead-in of the screw is approximately level with your ball return, as you see inside of there. And at this point, as you can see inside of there, we can start reinstalling balls. So the next thing you're going to want to do is install some sort of bolt into your bolt hole, and or if you are replacing the ball bearings on the rotor for a Q60 or Q120, you are also going to want to plug the hole for the dowel pin and the screw or set screw holding your air side plate onto the shaft. So next, I'm using a magnet and a scribe to begin installing balls. So you can follow your ball screw lead in and begin rotating ball bearings down the shaft. Not only can you install balls so that they follow the lead-in on the shaft, but you can also install them into the return and allow them to start populating the opposite side of the shaft. So I will show balls getting, or ball bearings getting installed into the return. As you can see, they have now been installed into the return. You can see the end of one ball right there. I'm not going to continue filming the installation of all of the rest of the balls, but I will show the completion. As you can see, I've got the last couple balls to put in there. So we're going to go ahead and follow that lead-in on the ball screw, working those balls around, and it should be pretty close to full if you haven't lost any balls in the process. If you have lost balls in the process, please do not attempt to do this. So And that is the installation of balls into our ball screw and nut assembly.
This is my Grego Garage video on reinstalling ball bearings into your Quantm motor rotor assembly. Although there were different terminologies used throughout the video about each individual component on the rotor assembly and diaphragm shaft, the way they will be referred to in the manual will be the ball screw itself will be called the diaphragm shaft, and the nut is an integral internal component to your rotor assembly. So the two replaceable components here would be your diaphragm shaft and rotor assembly. Thank you.